Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Evangelist Nick Garrett channel. Today I want to talk to you about my journey a little bit. How I got doing this, right? The moment I can point to really honestly is graduating from seminary. I had always considered myself a believer, right? I would have identified as Christian, but I had what I now know was a born-again experience in my early 30s. And I was absolutely awestruck. It was so remarkable what happened that I just couldn't get over it. I couldn't stop thinking about it. So like Moses looking up the mountain at the bush, I said, I gotta find out what's going on here. So I went to seminary, did a lot of good work. You know, there are a lot of good online seminaries today. Can somebody go buy a degree, a paper mill, and call themselves a doctor? Absolutely, and it happens every single day, believe me. But if you take your education seriously, you will get what you earn. And I got what I earned. Anyway, I left though, thinking, wait a second, you're gonna give me a degree? I don't know anything yet. Pastoral ministry, right? And I'm like, the Bible, theology, I knew nothing. I knew dogmas. Here are the common dogmas. Nothing prepared me for what my desire was, which was to dig deep and find the truth. I had had this born-again experience, so there was no question to me. Now it was like, let's turn over every rock and go through every volume of everything we can find and find out what the objective truth is. That brought me to write the book called Just Tell Me the Truth About Christianity in 2015. I released the book, which was bigger than Strong's Concordance. Thousands of pages, too many footnotes. It was too long. Then I started making videos to discuss the ideas that I was writing about in the books. But I had a better idea to break the books down into smaller subject matters. Now the book is $7 and the Kindle's like $3 or $4. There's a fourth one coming out. So the first one we did was Just Tell Me the Truth About the Crusades, and it covers the legitimate history of the 9 Crusades into the Holy Land, but it's only 250 some pages. It's easy to read. It's got 200 footnotes in there so you can trace the source material. And I did one on the truth about the future of Christianity. This involves a paper I wrote at the master's degree level because a lot of my education involved psychology. And it was talking about how I potentially foresee it being used in the future church. And there's a lot of questions too. This book talks about a lot of the questions I was having at the time and wanting answers for them. And the most interesting part of this journey, and the reason I'm so grateful when people give to like our PayPal or buy merch or whatever, is it's one thing to say, oh yeah, I got a degree in this and now it's my job. Well, think about me. I'm not beholden to any one denomination or set of doctrines. What church has you back a second time? The Lutherans need to be comfortable that you're going to toe the Lutheran line, and the Catholics the Catholic line, and the Baptists the Baptist line, and who can blame them? But it makes it hard to get work, that's for sure. So praise God that I found a way to sustain myself. The third one in the Just Tell Me the Truth series about the early church councils. This is a very basic primer for your average everyday Christian to learn about the 7 ecumenical councils that, at least according to most knowledge, all the churches of Christianity agree on, these 7. The fourth one that I'm finishing the editing on right now is Just Tell Me the Truth About the Reformation and Counter-Reformation. You can watch a playlist called The Protestant Reformation that has 19 videos, and it comprises a lot of the information that will ultimately be in the book, but the conclusion to my book is stunning, and I have not shared it yet, so I'll be excited for it to come out. You can get these books at amazon.com/author/Nicholasdgarrett. I have one more YouTube channel. It's called John Washington. Somewhere along the way, long before I even went to seminary, I wanted to write a book about George Washington. And I actually got to where I went in the car, and went to Mount Vernon to their research library. I actually made it that far. And I looked at the shelves and I said, there's nothing I'm going to add to this subject. Ron Chernow had just written this wonderful book about him, you know. But at the beginning of like 5 of his biographies, I would see these little hints written about this John Washington, the first immigrant, had tales of like witchcraft and hangings and, you know, England and the Parliament and Oliver Cromwell and Jamestown and Bacon's Rebellion. And right now with the 1619 Project being so prominent, this book covers so much of that. This book is called Shipwrecked in the Land of King Tobacco, the First Washington Family Immigrant to America. And nobody had written a book on John Washington yet. So you'll notice that the book is big, but the story itself is about 400 pages. And the last 150 pages of the book is all bibliography. So at least I hope I helped future Park Service researchers in doing this, but you can buy this book there as well, amazon.com/author/Nicholasdgarrett. So I had 2 videos, you know, I've been talking about these books and continuing my research in narrative apologetics, and we've covered so many topics on this channel over the years, and we have certain standards we stick to. We separate the objective and factual from the subjective and traditional for the benefit of our faith. Not to tear anything down, not to prove that they're wrong and we're right, but for the benefit of our faith. And that's what we've been doing. I had several videos go viral, I guess, where they're multi-million. And, you know, for someone like me who doesn't really understand how all that works, it's hard to replicate those type of things. I am definitely learning a lot as I go about set design, production, speaking clearly, when to read a script and not to read, how to get my research pared down so that I'm actually giving it from the heart and people retain it. Am I balancing it enough with preaching the gospel and just saying to people, hey, God is alive. I hope the living God is in your household today. And so little things have come along the way, like the Teespring stores, like cups and shirts and stuff like that. And it's so gimmicky, but it is a way to support us, right? When you buy one, whether you wear the shirt or not, it helps. We also were given the privilege of doing Join, where you can join the YouTube channel for small amounts each month, be one of 3 tiers, and each tier gets some type of special benefit. I'm still working that out. And for the people that have joined, they've been very gracious. I have started releasing videos just to them. And what I'm doing most recently, guys, is beginning to use all the platforms in tandem. I'm using Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Parler, YouTube, you name them, I'm using them. And I'm trying to just put a little seed out there for each one to kind of bring it all together and build our community bigger, right? And I hope it works, and I hope it continues to work. Anyway, that's just a little bit about me and how I got here and where I hope we'll go. God bless you, and may your work today bear fruit. Thanks.